Hello guys, this is Yannick Goldenzen, and today unfortunately this is not a very pleasant video, and for the life of me I never would have thought that I would do such a kind of a video. But just I was so completely overwhelmed to an extent that I never could possibly imagine, because I just heard like 2-3 hours ago, I was working at the radio station, and when a friend told me that Sir Roger Moore has passed away. And I knew that from the very start, that I knew one day it would come, because I mean, let's face it, Sir Roger Moore was an old man, and he had a very special life, and it was kind of, in this age, 89, it doesn't come as a complete surprise. But and I was always aware that one day he would be gone, and it would be kind of a sad day, sort of. But just how it hit me and how hard it hit me, I mean, I'm completely gobsmacked when I heard that. And there's not, I mean, I completely understand people who cannot understand it, or people who would say, well, you didn't know the man, you never talked to him and stuff. But it was just, and that's what I just wanted to talk about. I wanted to get a few things off my chest, is that, of course, we're mainly talking about James Bond. Now, Roger Moore's, the whole figure, the whole person, and the whole kind of legacy that he's created, and the man that he was, the whole thing why I started to get into film music, and what got it started, it was not Roger Moore himself, but it was the whole kind of Bond thing, because it was always a world that was very strong for me, and it was an escape world, that often quoted escapism was always very important to me. And it was something that I sometimes, even during daytime, that I dream about, and that I kind of imagine to be in that world, and that was always very important to me. And I think I said that before, but after Pierce Brosnan, Roger Moore was my second favorite man to play James Bond. And to kind of have heard that he's gone now is, was kind of, the feeling was comparable to losing a friend, really, because he's a man that we shared this world together with, and a man, with him I went through the best and the worst times, and he was often on my mind. That was so integral to me and to everything I do, and especially to my music as well. And so he was a vital influence to the whole package, if you will. And man, I always wanted to meet that guy. He was one, I mean, some people say that you don't want to meet your hero, sort of, but he always seems like such a nice guy. And actually, I tried to get an interview with him a few years ago, but it actually never worked out. And that's kind of the ironic thing of it all, is that he died. Maybe you've read that, but he died here in Switzerland. You may have heard that he had a chalet or a home in Crans-Montana, which is just about 20 minutes, half an hour away from this place where I live. And so, there was always some kind of a special connection through that. And I don't know, I just hope that everything he has created, and also all his work for UNICEF and so on, that it will keep it will be remembered. And I talked to my best friend just an hour ago, and he told me, you know what, you just gotta remember, and I hope this to be true, that the man has created such a legacy, and he's created such a powerful figure, and such a beloved and remembered figure. And by doing what we Bond fans do, and that's kind of the best kind of tribute you can pay, because you honor what he did. And I hope through, and I'm certainly not going to use this opportunity to plug anything, but I just hope through, this is a very silly thought, but I just hope that a little bit, at least, through what I do with the Bond music that I keep doing, is just keeping this whole thing that he helped shaping alive. I could have prepared this, and and I could have said things better, but I think you can get the hang of it, and maybe some of you who are watching are feeling the same way right now and can relate to that. So I think I'm just gonna watch The Man with the Golden Gun now, or Live and Let Die, or whatever. So, I'm sorry for not having the appropriate words and not phrasing all of this correctly and coming up with some great things. But I think also in the spirit of Sir Roger Moore, who was always very kind of, a joyful man, and with all his remarks and his kind of disposition that he always had, and that never seemed fake. That always seemed like that's really the man who he was in every interview, in every appearance that he made. And I just hope that his legacy lives on. And I'll talk to you next time, hopefully in a better mood then. So take care and goodbye.